Thank you once again for viewing this. I hope it is making sense. As I say, it's just a free gift to you. Please resend. You're free to do so if you want. I want to focus on lessons that we learned over time, but in 2019, these lessons crystallized and made a bit of sense, and so we put them down together. And lesson one, just in retrospect, adaptability. Lesson two, time doesn't stop. Number three, principles, they pay. Number four, the power of the human spirit. Number five, the more things change, they remain the same. Number six is either you do or you don't do, there is no in between. Let's look at number seven. Number seven is got to do with evil. Yes, evil. I realized that evil can actually prosper and do very well and thrive, actually, and actually expand. Evil can prosper. Yes, that's it. That's the point. There's nothing to add, there's nothing to subtract. Evil can prosper. And when you realize that, you've got to understand that you can't be naive. You can't be moving around and thinking that everybody is sweet and cute. There are people who are evil out there who actually plan how to take money from you, who will discuss you, who will do their best to make sure that you as a person will go down. Evil can prosper. I'll give you a scriptural reference. The Bible says of Mary and Joseph, they had to flee because Herod was going to kill Jesus. If they did not flee, they were going to die. So there are some times that you've got to flee. You've got to understand that, okay, I'm cutting my losses, I'm hurt, I'm pained. You pick up and you move on. This ties into the other lesson that we mentioned before about time moving on. Because sometimes you are crying out and you want justice. You're saying, how can this happen to me? Why me? Well, it's happened. Evil can actually prosper. And when you realize that there is a possibility that there are losses that you're going to make and you never recover from that there's going to come a time where you believe something so hard, but it's just not working out. At that point, you have a choice to make. Either continue taking a beating from evil or you cut your losses. You brace yourself up, you stand up, and you go. Tough lesson, but it's reality. Number eight, the issue of identity. These are all lessons that have got to do with perspective and who you are. With number seven, the issue of evil, we view the world based upon who we are, our perspective. And this particular lesson here, number eight, has got to do with identity and character because who you are is what comes out, what you attract. I traveled to the United States of America last year and spent some time there, moved from different states. But I spent some time in Las Vegas. And I remember speaking to my wife on my way there, and I was saying, wow, the famous statements, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas, those kinds of things. And you're saying to yourself, when I go to Vegas, I'm a Christian, God-fearing, I love God, I love my wife, my family. I'm going to be moving around there with blinkers on my eyes. I'll be praying and, doing all these things. But I was shocked. Ask me today. I've got no idea where there's strip houses, I never saw them. I never did anything to engage in any of them whatsoever. In fact, I saw a beautiful city. I saw a lot of nice things there. However, I know that if I was to put effort into looking for those things that we might know Las Vegas for, quote unquote, I would have found them because they're there. It's not my character, it's not who I am. I never looked for it, it never came to me. It's your choice who you are as a person. All of us can look at an apple, bite an apple, taste the apple, but can have different expressions of those things. My point being, your character attracts certain things. There is another realm that's there, and who you are attracts what is within you. What is within you attracts what is external. So, like I said, the issue of character and who you are as a person, that determines definitely how far you go, determines what comes to you. And two people can be sent to the same place and come with different reports. I'll close this point by giving the example of the 12 spies sent out by Moses. 12 of them. 10 came back with a negative report and said, we can't go there, there are giants, things are tough, great land, but we cannot do this thing. 2, Joshua and Caleb stood up and said, guys, the giants are there. That makes it easier for us to fight them because the target is too big for us to miss. This land, they've got mansions, they've got houses. Yes, we are small, but imagine living in a mansion. They saw the same thing, but came with a different report. Character. My last lesson at this point has got to do with momentum. Momentum, I'm a scientist, an engineer, I believe, and I like physics. And momentum has got to do, it's gathered. You never just wake up with momentum. And what you must understand is gaining momentum is very difficult. It's very hard to invest in something, to get that traction going and get the engine moving. And for you to get momentum, it means you have faced resistance, but you have gone against resistance. I mean, the laws of Newton, you know, of physics, those three laws of motion. And when you understand that there's the issue of momentum, I want to say to somebody here that you always get naysayers. When you have gathered momentum and you've gathered critical mass, do everything to keep that momentum. Keep rolling, keep moving. Winston Churchill puts it this way. He says that if you stop for every dog that barks at you, you'll never go anywhere. So don't listen to the naysayers. You keep going where you're supposed to go. Because you've lost time, you've put money, you've put your reputation on the line to gain momentum. And then you get someone who's got no skin in the game who will come and dissuade you to do something else, which is contrary to what you're supposed to be doing. Momentum. Once you've gained it, don't lose it. I've seen people who was, I'll give the easy example, because here in Zimbabwe it's very difficult to get a driver's license for a number of reasons. So they are pumped up, they go for a driver's license, and they fail to get that driver's license. It's expensive, it's costly, it's time, there's the shame associated. And then they say, let me take a break and stop doing that. Most times they hardly go back. Maybe they'll go back a year later, 2 years later. Why? They gained momentum. Because of defeat, they drew back. And getting up the courage again to get to that point of where you decide to do it is very hard. So once you start, you fail the first time, whilst you've got the momentum, keep pushing, keep going, and breakthrough will come. Thank you so much. Like the videos, share them. God bless you.